Welcome back to Vide Everything, guys. If you are new to my channel, let me tell you something. I have a guy, he's a very good friend of mine. His name is Emilio, and I call him my meat dealer, right? Because he's my meat supplier. And sometimes he gives me some crazy things. That's exactly what happened with this one today. This is a dry age Wagyu brisket experiment. Check it out. And here we have what he sent me. As you can see, it clearly comes from Uruguay. He did tell me it was a brisket, but once I took it out of the package, this is what it looks like. I'll tell you one thing, I've never seen any brisket like this. This part right here, which I think is the flat, is so thin it almost looks like a skirt steak. And I'm assuming this part is the point, but to be honest with you, I'm not even quite sure. It is very different from the way it's trimmed here in the US. But one thing I can clearly tell you is that it is Wagyu, and the marbling of this beef is just phenomenal. For you to have a better understanding of what I'm talking about, here's the flat. Have you ever seen a flat like this? Usually it's anywhere between 2 inches to 3 inches. And when I look around, here's what I think is the point. I've never seen any type of trimming like this. I've also noticed that they took out all the fat cap on top. But hey, I'm always willing to try something new, and I can't wait to find out how it's gonna taste. And to take it over the top, I'm gonna dry age it. I'm talking about the Umai dry aging system. It is a special membrane that allows you to dry age at home without any special equipment. And it's so easy to use because all you have to do is throw it in the membrane. And I know it's funny because you gotta make sure it's wet. The reason for that is so that the membrane will have a nice contact with the meat. If it's dry, it will still work, but not as good if it was wet. Push it to the edge and try to remove as much air as possible before vacuum sealing it. Using the special fabric that comes with the kit, all there's left to do is to make sure you remove all the air. Now, it does not matter how much you try, you will not be able to remove all the air out, and that's okay. The next thing to do is to put it on a cooling rack to make sure all the air circulates all the way around so that it can dry age. But now that we have everything ready, there's nothing else to do but put it on my regular refrigerator so that it can dry age for 35 days. After 35 days, I quickly took it out of the refrigerator, removed all the membrane out of it, and this is what it looks like. As expected, it was perfectly dry aged. Even though it looks like old leather shoes, it has a wonderful nutty smell. That is a sign that it was perfectly dry aged. Your nose will always tell you if it was done properly. If it smells funny, something went wrong. But like every dry age, you must remove all the pellicles, which is this outer layer that it's formed throughout the dry aging process. It should be hard, but not like a shoe leather. Using a sharp knife, it should easily come out. The biggest advice I'm going to give you is that do not be cheap with it. Remove it as much as necessary. You gotta keep trimming until it's 100% done. And once I was, this is what it looks like. At this stage, the smell should be nice and nutty. Like I said before, listen to your nose. It will always let you know if it's good. The next thing to do is to season it. And as a binder, I decided to use mustard. You can use anything you like, including Worcestershire sauce. But to make sure all my seasoning will stick, I decided to go with this one. Talking about seasoning, I started with kosher salt and coarse black pepper. Make sure you season all sides, including the edges. And don't be afraid to season it well because this is a large piece of meat. The next thing to do is to bag it up and get ready for the water bath. Talking about that, I'll be cooking at 150 degrees Fahrenheit for 12 hours. And I can't wait to find out how this dry-aged Wagyu brisket is gonna taste. I got my beautiful brisket cooked at 155 degrees Fahrenheit for 12 hours. Now, usually I cook it for a lot longer than 12 hours, but because it was so thin when I finished the trimming, I believe that 12 hours will be plenty. Normally cook yours for at least 24 hours if you have the brisket here from the US. But with that being said, it is ready. I'm excited to find out what is it gonna taste like, and it's time to take it out. Let's do it. All right, everybody, I got my beautiful brisket already 100% fully cooked. I know it's tender just by touching it, but now I gotta put a nice finish. And for that, I'm gonna be using my smoker. I'm going to be smoking at 250 degrees Fahrenheit for a total of 3 hours with my woodwind camshaft smoker. With all that being said, I can't wait to find out what's gonna taste like. I know it doesn't look that good right now, but watch this. right, everybody, here I have my beautiful brisket. What do you think, Mama?
They smell amazing, but that's very little.
Why?
Did the family already eat or something?
No, they didn't eat yet, but you're right. It's kind of small. What do you mean, Mama? It's a full brisket. We got a full brisket right here.
I'm used to the 16, 20 pounds brisket that I usually do.
I know. It's tiny, and there's a very good reason for it. And I'll tell you that after you try it. But I also made us a little sandwich as well. I made these right here, everybody, are the fattier part of the brisket, as you guys know. And here we have the leaner part of the brisket. Okay, with that being said, I can't wait anymore. You ready to try it?
Let's do it. I'm hungry. Let's do it.
Cheers, everybody.
Wow.
Oh, that's so tender. It's like a butter.
So soft. And you got a nice crust outside.
Very
so
crust.
You have the feeling that it's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
But it's very, very soft.
Oh, super tender, everybody.
There's a little something in here.
Wow, what is something, Mama?
Did you dry age this?
I was wondering if you're gonna feel it. Yes.
Yeah.
You can feel it.
There's the little envelope that comes around the flavor of the beef that you get with the dry age.
Not too powerful though.
No, not too powerful, but you feel like a fullness on the flavor of the meat.
Exactly. I didn't go too long on the dry age. You know, this one was 35 days.
Okay,
which is normal for what we do. 35 days brisket, everybody. It turned out fantastic. Extremely tender.
Super juicy, super tender, super tasty.
Besides being dry age, it's also Wagyu, Mama. It is a Uru Wagyu, right? So it's not something directly from Japan, but it's kind of like a blend. You had it before, Uru Wagyu. We had it before.
We had something before.
As soon as I cut it open, Mama, juice is all over the place. And I hope that it came through the camera. That is amazing, everybody. If you ask me if I recommend you dry aging your brisket, absolutely, definitely do. Do it. It's worth it. Even though you don't have a lot left, but what you have is very nice.
It's really nice.
The only thing that I don't like about smoking it after sous vide is that you don't have a pronounced smoke ring. You know what I mean?
I was wondering because I thought they used the smoke salt. Because I get a little taste of the smoke, but there's no smoke ring on it.
So if you smoke it after, you do have a smoke ring, but it's very, very tiny.
Also, I feel like when you smoke before, you get more smoke throughout the whole meat.
Yes.
So when you smoke after, it's usually just on like the edges of the
You are correct, yes, because I think that it penetrates, especially when you're cooking it with the smoke already, so it just keeps in the bag and it keeps doing its thing and over and over and over, so it feels more smoky. Even though this one is smoked for 3 hours, all the other ones that I've ever done was also 3 hours, but they have a lot more pronounced smoke.
Yeah.
With the leanest part of the brisket, I did a little sandwich for us. I can't wait for us to find out and see it. Now, obviously, it's the leanest part, so it should be a little drier. See if you try it by itself. Let's see. It's still amazing, but it is much drier.
Yeah.
And I saved the juices from the actual bag.
This is just the juice from the bag? It's not
Just the
reduced
juices.
or anything?
No reduced, no nothing.
Okay.
Straight up juice. Now you do it like this. Oh!
Oh yeah.
Don't throw that away, everybody.
Oh, you throw that away, we're gonna have words.
Hold on 1 second. I want to do it like this. I'm gonna get my bread and dump it in there.
No. You know what?
What are you doing, Mama?
I'll do it on this side over here.
You're gonna do it even without trying. Well, that is amazing. Do not throw that away, everybody. And as you saw what I didn't do anything special. There's nothing special here.
Ooh, and you toasted the bun too with butter.
I toasted the bun with
Oh
butter.
my God.
It's nothing special. I just basically strain it as you saw it, and it's the juices from the bag. Keep it hot while everything is happening, and you're good to go.
Too much flavor.
I don't even want to try the bread by
nice.
itself. You gotta dunk it. I put a little barbecue sauce in there. You feel that barbecue sauce?
I just got to the barbecue sauce right now.
Oh, so you didn't even feel the barbecue sauce.
No,
There's no need for barbecue sauce. I think the best thing to do is definitely do like a kind of like a French dip.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And you dip that sandwich in there and you bite.
Hold on. We're gonna need another bowl over here because I don't want to double dip, but I need to dip again.
I double dip. I'm on my back. I didn't double dip. I'm kidding. Because I took it out. Did you see my mom's sad face when I said double dip?
You're having tears here.
Please don't throw it away. It is worth it. And make sure you share the love so you don't double dip.
I'm telling you, you throw that away, we're gonna have words.
That is a heaven sandwich. Wow, I'm actually drooling, everybody. That is amazing. Anyway, guys, these are the results for the dry-aged Wagyu brisket. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do enjoy it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe for future videos. Remember, if you are interested in anything I use, everything is always in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. So like always, we have people in the house, and Sam was in the house like, can I have some? Enjoy it, Sam.
Will stop. I can't. Those two guys go, oh my god.
You can't even talk, Sam.
Give me a second.